Hi, my name's Caitlin, and today I'm going to show you a quick review of completing the square. So let's start off with defining the term completing the square. It's a method used to solve quadratic by changing the form of the equation. What I mean by changing the form of the equation is completing the square will convert the standard form ax squared plus bx plus c into vertex form, a to the quantity of x minus h squared plus k. Not only vertex form, find the vertex of graph, but it'll be easier to solve. Let me show you this in an example. So I'm going to use for the example this equation, or this problem, f of x equals 5x squared plus 10x plus 1. So the first step of completing the square is you're going to take the b of this formula over 2a and square it. So the b in the situation is 10, and the a of the situation is 5. So it's going to be 10 over 2 times 5 squared. And that will equal 1 because 10 divided by 10 is 1, and 1 multiplied by itself is 1. And now you want to move on to the next step, and that is using the formula a times the quantity of b over 2a squared. So we already know what b over 2a squared is. So all you have to do is multiply a, and that is 5 in this problem. And so it'd be 5 times 1, and that is 5. Now we already have our numbers. You want to start putting it all together. So what we're going to do is we take out the c and we put it outside of the parentheses, so it'd be easier to factor out. So it would be f of x equals 5x squared plus 10x, and we're going to put parentheses in it, and then plus 1. So then when we factor out, it'd be 5 to the quantity of x squared plus 2x, and then plus 1. So it's easier to have x factor out by itself, so it's just 1 over here, because there's an imaginary 1. Don't forget about that. And then the next step is taking the 1 and the 5 that we found in the beginning when we're finding b over 2a squared and a times quantity of b over 2a squared. We want to take those numbers and put it on one side. And we put it right here. Oh, we put the first part that we found here. And then we put a times the quantity of b over 2a squared over here. Then we put a negative sign here, or a subtraction sign. So now we have 5 to the quantity of x squared plus 2x plus 1, and then plus 1 minus 5. So now you want to simplify this, and we get 5 to quantity of squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 4. Now, we want to change this into, we want to change that to x minus h squared, if that makes sense, because we want to change it to this, like I said in the beginning. And how we do that is technically doing the reverse. So from changing from standard form to vertex form, it would be f of x is 5 times the quantity of x plus 1 squared minus 4. This right here is your answer, and you have now completed the square. Now, you need to find the x, you just subtract it out, and you will find the x. But to graph this, you just take the h of k, so this is the h, and this is the k, And so your answer would be 1, comma, positive 4, because this will turn automatically to positive. I forgot the reasoning behind it, but this will be your vertex of the graph. So that's how you complete the square on a graphing scale. And if you want to figure out how to find the x, just search up Khan Academy videos. And yeah, so I hope this tutorial is helpful for you to find the vertex of a graph by completing the square. And if you need any questions, you could just ask me. So I hope this video was a little bit helpful.